information, our website is www.GAMOPH.org. You can go to that website at any time. They usually keep it pretty up to date. It's probably not up to date now because we just got back from the convention. We have a new national commander who is Patriot Robert Poussaint. Outstanding young man, Marine Corps veteran.
Yeah.
And he's going to lead us this 2015-2016 year. After that, we'll get a new commander. But as I said, I gave him a call out. If you need any information or if you need anything from MOPH, please, ma'am, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. So when we were setting this ceremony up, we reached out to some different locations, VFW, et cetera. But to tell you up front, the American Legion took the call and right away were very supportive. Literally stopped everything they were doing, opened up their doors for us, and I truly appreciate that. Sir, if you want to come up and say some words on behalf of the American Legion, I'd be honored. Charles, right?
Yes.
I'd like to say welcome to all of you, and the American Legion is honored to have you here, and we'll do whatever we can for you. Thank you for being here.
Anybody else hot?
Yeah.
Start wearing his uniform, I'll tell you what. I want to recap on what Mr. Johnson said, and I want to talk about not only the history of the medal, but basically what the medal represents today. So he kind of mentioned the fact that General George Washington started that concept with the badge of military merit. The cloth patch, purple in color, hand stitch across the front was merit. Who do you think hand stitched that? His wife, right, Martha? You guys know your presidents? With any great man, there's a what? There's a great woman, all right? All you married men, raise your hand. Shake your hand up and down. I just wanted you some brownie points for later. But that concept, that badge of military merit, was for that fidelity, it was for that service. And they were treated as if they had the Medal of Honor. Those enlisted men had that service, they could walk into any camp, come and go, and every officer had to render that salute. So essentially it was our first concept of the military: Order of the Purple Heart, the Badge of Merit, and the Medal of Honor. At that time, the Medal of Honor did not exist. That was awarded to 3 soldiers from Connecticut. They believed more were issued over time, but unfortunately records were destroyed. We're not really sure how many were issued in our history. That concept went away, as Mr. Johnson said, for over 100 years, and it was Douglas MacArthur, or Mike MacArthur, who was a veteran of World War I, also a wounded veteran, said that we needed to do something for our country to honor our men and women who have earned that right, who have shed their blood in the field of battle, who have sacrificed their lives for us. He pushed Congress to design the medal that we know today, and that first medal was issued on February 22nd, 1932. Who can tell me why that date is special?
George Washington's birthday.
Washington's birthday. 1932, how old was he, do you think? Washington, at that point. Obviously he was gone, but 200th anniversary of General George Washington, February 22nd, 1932. Since that first award, how many medals do you think have been issued in our history? Sir, don't answer that question. No cheating. How about the Boy Scouts? What do you think? Throw some numbers out.
6,000, 8,000.
Keep going.
15,000.
Keep going. Little man in the back. Throw me a number, buddy. The biggest number you can think of.
$1 million?
A million. Keep going. You got it.
I will give it to you.
Oh, I got it.
You got it.
What's that? I'm sorry?
1.5 million?
You're getting closer. An estimated 1.8 million Purple Hearts have been awarded in our nation's history. Let that number sink in. It's quite a few patriots that have come before us and sacrificed their blood for their lives. Very special. And that medal is a symbol of them. I want you all, raise your hand if you have children. All right, sons? All right, this is going to resonate with you the most. Do we have any Gold Star families other than Lou here with us today? I apologize for going down this route, Lou. You've been there, so I know it can be emotional. But I want you to picture yourselves in 1944. You just sent your only son to war. 2 months from now, you get a knock at the door. Who do you think it is? Do you think it's a young captain like myself in uniform? Who do you think, sir? It was a postman. Delivering you that telegram, telling you that your only son was never coming home. I want you to let that sink in. Think about how you would feel receiving that telegram telling you your only little boy would never come home. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 30 to 60 days after the fact, another package arrived in the mail. Again, delivered by the postman. Now I want you to picture yourselves in your living room or your den, opening that package for the first time, seeing that case, opening it up, seeing that Purple Heart for the first time, turning it over, and seeing your son's name. That became the last tangible item that you'll ever receive of your son. That last thing that you can touch, you can feel. And every family we've touched across the country that's told me this, that medal in its own spiritual way has become them. I want you to think about life. We're all guilty of losing things. Where are my married guys at? Anybody here want to admit they've lost a wedding ring? Thank God I found it in about 10 days, so you've lost one too. Good man. Things happen. I call it life. You know, we all have something special in our life, a piece of jewelry perhaps our grandfather gave us, or our grandmothers. I want you to think about how you would feel if you were separated from that. Probably an awful feeling. You think you'd ever see it again? How many people in our country do the good thing or the right thing and return something? You don't see it very often. Now, how would you feel 70 years from now, someone showed up to your house and returned that very special thing? You think it'd bring some closure to your life? Absolutely. In its own spiritual way, it's as if that veteran is coming home again. He's coming home to that family, reuniting with the brother that we have today. And I really do believe it's them communicating through us. And that's very powerful. Believe it or not, we receive 3 to 5 of these medals a week in the mail, most times unannounced. They're being found all over the country in old abandoned homes, vehicles, furniture. Metal detector enthusiasts are finding them buried in the ground. A dog 10 years ago, one of my favorite stories out of Denver, 10 years ago, as a 6-month-old puppy, dug a Purple Heart out of the ground about a foot deep. And 10 years later, they found our organization. We were able to return that to the veteran's daughter. It's the first time in our history that a dog ever returned a medal to a family member. A scuba diver found one off the coast of Florida while scuba diving. If you can envision it, a Purple Heart has been discovered in that form or fashion. Our organization, again, receives 3 or 5 of these a week, and currently we have over 400 medals that we're trying to find a home for. Every one of these medals has its own special journey. Thankfully, it gets to our foundation. Believe it or not, these medals are collected like baseball cards. On average, a posthumous Purple Heart, which means a soldier was killed in combat, goes for over $300 on the open market. Can you believe that? That someone would put $1 or a price on a symbol of a man who shed his blood or died for us? If you can add some historical value to that medal, perhaps he was an officer, perhaps he served in a certain battle, it just adds monetary value to it. Everybody familiar with Easy Company, Band of Brothers? We actually had one of the original medals for the Band of Brothers. His medal assessed for $10,000. Everybody knows Audie Murphy. His medal would go for $100,000. There's about 3 million collectors across the country that have hundreds of these in their private collections, and I think that's very unfortunate. These medals deserve to be with the families or in a home of honor. If families like these aren't found, we bring these medals to museums or small towns like Dalton across the country. We believe in keeping that local history local so that all of you Americans can go on a daily basis and appreciate that local hometown hero and spread his memory. It's all about that preservation. We as a country cannot forget these men and women. A lot of women are fighting today, a lot of women are getting wounded. Don't forget that. So we're here today to honor a special occasion, and like I said, every one of these medals has a special story. We're going to tell that story for you. We have all the players here today. They're going to come up. I know they're nervous. They'll be fine. Company of good people. Come up, tell us how you found the medal, tell us what you did with the medal, tell us how you helped research the medal, and we'll basically paint the picture for everyone here on that specific medal's journey to get back to the present. So we'll start off with the man who started this, and that was the man who found the medal. So Chad, if you want to come up here and start telling us your story, and I'll tell you what, he doesn't want the credit, but I'm going to give it to him. We don't see a lot of guys like Chad across the country doing the right thing. A lot of people find these medals, and he'll tell you kind of that same story here in a second. Don't throw your boss under the bus, but people just throw them away. They find them, and they just discard them, or they sell them. And he had the due diligence to do what a good patriot would do and look for an organization to return. So please tell us your story.
Hello, Chad Davis. He knows I love being up here. I already told